Welcome back to another AQWorld video. This is a requested video. Someone asked me if I could showcase the Dragon Knight class, and since I own it and it's not a super common class to own, I definitely will showcase it. To get this class, you would have had to have become a founder on AE's first mobile game, Battle Gems. This gave you access to a plethora of some really nice stuff. I don't really use the Dragon Knight class, so I don't really know much about it. However, I did hear from some players that this is a pretty good class when it comes to certain bosses in group settings because of the debuffs that it applies. So the Dragon Knight is basically a master swordsman who uses dragon's fire and fire-based enchantments and spells. You gain mana from all hits landed in combat, especially on crits. And the first ability is Spellblade. This is a physical attack, single target, short-ranged attack, deals physical damage based on your spell power, and has additional effects based on what spells has been cast. The first ability, Dragon's Fire, this is magical. Most of the abilities are magical. This is a medium-range attack, single target, strikes your opponent with a blade infused with Dragon Fire, dealing unavoidable damage that cannot crit and making your foe flammable for 15 seconds. So it's got a DOT. During this time, the Spellblade will set your foe on fire, burning your foe over time for 15 seconds, stacking to 3. Now this says it replaces the Dumbfounded. And next we have Dragon's Might. This is also another magical, medium range, single target, strike with a Might of a Dragon, dealing unavoidable damage that cannot crit and dumbfounding your foe for 15 seconds. This also decreases their physical damage and their crit chance by 25%. During this time, Spellblade has a 20% chance to stun your foe for 2 seconds, and this replaces Flammable. So both of them counter each other. Rank 3, this is the Sword Play. Again, another magical, single target, medium ranged attack. Strike precisely at your foe, dealing light damage and gaining sword play, increasing your defense by 40% for 10 seconds. If your foe is dumbfounded, your attack is particularly effective, granting you Masterful, increasing your damage and dodge by 10% for 10 seconds. And this also stacks to 3. One of these used to stack way more than they do, but I forget which one, and it's been adjusted since then. Dragon Hide, this is the passive ability, reduces your spell damage taken by 20%, and the other passive is to increase your intelligence by 16 and your hit chance by 20. The final is rank 5. The final ability, this is another magical, medium range, single target. Conjure the power of the dragon's flame, burning your foe with a heavy damage. If your foe is flammable, gain a stack of Blazing Siphon, which is an HOT lasting 12 seconds and stacking to 3. And then the passive, rank 10 passive, is to increase your haste by 10%. So let's see the first ability. This is Spellblade, short ranged attack. And then the next one is Dragon's Fire. Doesn't really seem to be much animation with it. I was hoping there was going to be like Dragon's Fire coming out or something, but this isn't AQWorld Infinity. Dragon's Might is the next one. This is the Dragon's Might. Applies that nice stack, and you can see the stacks up here as well. And of course, using one of these removes the flammable, but you can stack it up to 3. And wait, what? It's stacking up to 4? Did this not say it only stacks up to 3? It doesn't specify. Dumbfounded can literally just infinitely stack? So next we have the Sword Play, and now this one here is interesting because this increases your dodge by 10 for 10 seconds, and you can also stack this by 3. Now, I've already got this stacked to 2, and it's going to be getting awful close to, there we go, got it stacked to 3. Now, I believe 3 is the max stack. So you can have a dodge of 30, which would come in handy, but... Oh, what? Okay, what is going on here? Do I not understand? Stacking to 3, yet I'm stacking way above 3. Yeah, okay, I'm completely confused. I have no idea what these mean then when it says stacking 2. I guess I can just infinitely stack. I don't know. In order to get the stack on this, you need to get the blazing siphon, which means you need to have flammable before you use this. So you'd be using that, then you would be applying yourself with a blazing siphon, which you can stack up to 3, or at least it says up to 3, but the way that things have been stacking, I think it's probably more than that. We've also got the Dragon's Fire +3 going on, keeping that stacked as well as these stacked. This is actually kind of nice, being able to infinite stack. I'm already up to 4 of those. This is really cool because I'm doing DOT as well as HOT, like, not to mention just continuously dealing damage at a stack of over 120 for my Dragon's Breath, and still stacking this higher, gaining more and more health on top of it. And I'm just going back and forth between the second ability and the 5th ability. I have no idea what the rotation for this class would be, but this isn't one of those classes where you would be utilizing it over top of most of the other classes you can obtain. I still think it is nice to always have a nice, healthy amount of classes to choose from, but I think I've stacked this high enough. Those are pretty good stacks. This is the ultimate Dragonslayer armor set, which comes with the Battle Gems bundle, and this looks so good. I like it. It comes with an additional helm. You get the helm and scarf, which adds a nice little appeal to it, but I prefer it without the scarf, to be honest. And this is the Dragon Knight armor, which, I mean, that just looks so good. There is the variant sword, the Dragon Knight Greatsword. Now, I don't like it as much as I like the split blade. I still think the split blade looks better than this one, but it's still a nice sword. So you do have the crest. However, there is an additional helm, which is just the face plate, but I find it looks kind of odd without the crest on top. There's also 3 different back pieces, so this is my favorite one, but then you do have the tail as an option, and then just the wings if you don't want to have the tail, but I find it looks a bit unusual without it. Same with just the tail. I mean, the tail will come in handy if you're running some kind of lizard thing, but just like this, I didn't really like it. I really liked it with the wings, but it still looks so much better when you have the crest on. But yeah, very cool cosmetics. But what do you guys think of this class? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.